Get ready to enter the vortex. Starring Vandita.
And welcome to another episode of the Anal Retentive Housewife. Today's episode is called Blue Suede Shoes, and indeed I do of course have a pair of blue suede shoes. Now, we're also going to look at the shoe closet and how best to organize one's shoes given a limited amount of space. First of all, if you are married, give the husband as little space as possible if you are a woman. It goes to reason most women I know have more shoes than most men, on average. But this show is applicable to both parties. And anybody else in your house who may have shoes, pets, kids, whatever. Okay, first off, oh, I can't see this. Well, anyway, okay. First off, we're going to look at the everyday shoe section. Now, these are traditionally flats, things with maybe a little bit of a heel, casual shoes. And so you'll notice things are in a bit of a disarray, and we know how I don't like that. So, and here's the blue suede shoes in question. Okay. So the way I've organized it is, first of all, we have an umbrella here, which is nice to have near your shoes in case that you go out when it's raining. But I have miscellaneous boots because boots are hard to put into a box. And so I've had to put the boots up here just, like I said, because they're hard to put in a box. Oh. Okay, sorry for the brief interruption. As I was saying, boots are hard to put in a box, so I tend to put the tall items up here. Now, as we can see, there's a tall item down there that I need to move up here. So let's do that, shall we? Now, while we're organizing shoes, we want the surface to be as clean as possible, and before we put our shoes away, we want to make sure we wash the bottoms with soap and water. You can use a toothpick or something if you need to get into the little groovy areas here. What you bring inside the house is what's in your carpet, so I like to take off my shoes before I enter the house, if at all possible. Anyway, tall boots go here, and these are soft, so they can just kind of lean over the edge. Let's see. Now, I tend to ride horses a lot, so I have a variety of shoes that are appropriate for riding or walking around the stables. These are a pair of multifunctional ones called puddle mucks that are very handy, and you can also ride with them. And since there's just a huge sale at Shaw's, I kind of loaded up on those type of shoes. Anyway, so all those will go on one shelf. Now, if there's activities that you do frequently, you might want to consider keeping a pair of shoes for that activity at home and also one set in your car. You can never have too many shoes, just like you can never be too thin or too rich. Just one of those things. So, now we're saving this space because I know I have another pair of shoes that need to go in here. Goodness, this is a mess, isn't it? So, the next shelf, we'll probably put a couple of casual tennis shoe type things. And again, we're going to leave a space for my actual tennis shoes. And let's go ahead and organize it by size, shall we?
Are we talking height here? Because presumably your shoes would all be the same size, right?
Well, not technically, because I had bunion surgery, and so some of my shoes I've had to discard, unfortunately, although I do tend to keep my shoes for life. Okay, so yeah, we're organizing here by height. Little big. I realize this one is a little out of order. We'll have to think about that later. Okay? Alright. Now, on the bottom shelf, oops, we're going to have a problem I can see already. So sometimes what you'll need to do is double up. And the reason for doing this is because you have too many shoes and you don't know what to do. And this is why you want to clean the bottoms of each and every pair of shoes you have, because this way you can double up and feel safe that the top shoe is not making a scar upon the bottom shoe. Okay. Now I try to organize by shoe brand as well. So these are Doc Martens. These are penny loafer / casual shoes. And so the next most comfortable pair, because I don't have multiple pairs of penny loafers, but like is a Bass type of shoe, which again is also totally comfortable. Now these are like men type of shoes, so we'll put these in the back and then put another pair of men type of shoes up front. And see, these are a little bit of a heel, so we'll put these in the back and then another type of heel boot doodad up front. Now then, like I said, I like to keep my most comfortable pairs up here. So these are very comfortable. These are a staple. Black shoes are like black dresses. Again, you can't have too many. Okay, these go in the back. These we could probably put up here. I think that makes a nice match. Alright. I'm trying to think of what else I wear the most. Probably these are good. And we want to try to keep the same color families in the same part of your shoe closet. Again, I devoted pretty much a whole closet strictly to my shoes, just because I have so many shoes. I don't know what to do. Alright, and these are sort of comfortable boaty shoes, so we'll put them with the other Sperry's here. Okay, now I firmly believe in having shoes for each activity, and ideally you can get plastic boxes. Now these are pretty cheap, you can get them anywhere. Just make sure you buy something at a good value, not at full price. These are another pair of really old riding shoes, so they should probably go somewhere, I'd say like this. And see, this way you can put something on top as well, which utilizes your space so much better. Now we're going to talk about other space-saving techniques in the other half of the closet. Okay, now these are my gardening clogs, and yes, it's true, my gardening clogs actually do match my gardening tools, and that was completely an accident, okay? So that was not intentional. And since this is a small one, we can probably put this one right here. That makes a nice little look, doesn't it? Now I'm hoping to start bowling again, because I found a bowling ball. But, like I said, you have to have shoes for each activity. So I got myself a pair of Dunlop bowling shoes off the internet, which you can do, surprisingly enough. And let's put these under here. That way they're not in the way, but they're not too difficult to reach either. And these are just little winter down boots. Again, I have very rarely paid full price for shoes. So while this may look very expensive to you, in reality, the whole deal is pretty inexpensive, if I don't say so myself. I am very proud of some of the bargains that I have come with or have located in the past. Okay. Now then, you want to keep your shoes along with your shoe tools. So what I have here is my entire shoe repair kit. Again, it's in an easy to find location because it's right close to my shoes. And I have little tassel things, saddle soap, mink oil, a shoe cleaner that we need to clean the bottoms, wax. What else do we have? Oh, Birkenstock Cork Life for your Birks, wet proofing, Suede cleaner, scuff zapper. Now if you need professional help, you can always go to a shoe repair store and you can have them do stuff. And I picked up these because I bought a pair of Red Wing safety shoes and I thought this was really funny. I've earned my wings because we used to have a little joke in college about earning your Red Wings. But anyway, apparently the Red Wing shoe store had not heard of that. Okay. Now here I have little things you can hook onto the bottoms of your shoes so that they don't make a noise. And they also prolong the life of your heel of your shoe. Oh, and look, more tassels. These are for my old golf shoes, so we can get rid of those. These we can keep. And where'd my other tassels go? Other tassels, where'd you go? Well, anyway, tassels go in here. Okay. Now then. And this has spare shoelaces because I know I'm going to have to do that every once in a while for my shoes. And we don't want to be ever caught unprepared for any situation. Right? Right. Okay, here's my tassels. So I'll put the tassels in here because sometimes you like to wear shoes with tassels and sometimes you don't. Okay. Now then, and however you want to organize your shoe box is fine. I kind of just tend to toss stuff in there. Let's see, these are shoe inserts like this for padding your toe. I'm very sensitive to all this stuff ever since I had my bunion surgery. I really try to watch out for that stuff and make sure that my feet are as comfortable as they can be. So, okay. Now these are to put here in your shoe so that in case your heels are narrower than your toe area, which mine are, then these make the shoe stay on your foot instead of going sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Now then, I have a bunch of these and I keep these on spare, on reserve. And I put them on the bottom of each of my shoes so that I don't slip and slide. Because you'll notice a lot of these shoes have a bottom that really needs to be scuffed up so you don't slide. And even if it is scuffed up, you still do slide around a lot. And so I keep these on reserve because I know I'm going to need them for new shoes and also to revitalize old shoes. Okay. Oops, it's not closing. Hang on. Anyway, so you can reorganize that. Anyway, I put that here. Also, I have here a boot sock. This is a great way to store boots for the summertime when you don't use them. And all you do is put it on over a boot. And it keeps it nice and clean. Okay, Now I do have a number of house slippers, and this is a fun little pair. You can just slip them on.
Do you have any of those bunny slippers?
No, those are really poor quality, and I don't believe in getting those.
I see.
And you're probably asking, what do I have on my foot? Let me show you these little lovely things. This has a mesh top and a plastic bottom. And I, as you can tell from the stain, even though I washed it, I've been wearing these all around the house. And they keep the bottoms of your feet from getting dirty, but they're not as constricting as socks or as shoes. And they're perfect. You can go outside, put the trash outside, come inside, hang out inside. Your feet are nice and warm and clean. And they're better than socks because they don't slip and saves your socks too. So now, let's look at the second half of the closet, which has other stuff like heels and things. Now, the visibility may be a little rough on this side, actually.
It's actually fairly impossible
Possible?
on this side. Yeah. I
Okay.
think you're going to have to just sort of pull items out, talk about them, and then stick them back on the shelf. Unless you want to move that file cabinet. I'll watch.
I don't think that's possible. Can we pause for just a second? I'll take some items out. And we're back. Sorry for the bit of a delay there.
Actually, they didn't have a delay.
Oh,
Only we had a
whoops.
delay.
Oops.
It's kind of
Well,
like,
now there's a delay.
kind of like time travel.
Oh. So, okay, well, I won't think about that right now. Okay, so, now you'll see I have a bunch of boxes, exact same style, and I have another shelf in there. Now, this is a shelf that I've had for years and years, and didn't want to give it up because I paid way too much money for it, of course. But what I've done instead is used it for my shoes. Now, then you're probably saying, well, how come you have these pair of saddle shoes? First of all, because that's what I used to wear in high school. Second of all, they're great for Halloween. So I keep a little collection of shoes around that are appropriate for wearing during Halloween. You never know. I mean, anyway. So now we need a pair of shoes to put on top of this. And you want to pick a pair that's, sort of close to the idea of whatever's in this box. Unfortunately, I don't have anything right now. So we're just going to put these. Actually, no, the blue suede shoes would be perfect in there. So I'll put the blue suede ones in here because they're going to go right next to, hang on, excuse me. Okay, my other box of suede shoes, which has a pair of red and green suede shoes. So
Useful for Christmas.
well, for Christmas, but really for any time of year, they go great with jeans. And they're Charles Jourdan. Okay. I know, I feel like totally like Patsy and Adina from Ab Fab. Because I used to buy all these things, like, it's a, whatever. Anyway. So again, you want to keep shoes in the same shoe color family or heel family. So what I like to do is then put one pair on this side and one pair on this side. And you'll notice each of these shoes has a non-skid backing. And then we can close the top and we can put another pair of shoes on top for even more shoe storage. Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah.
And again, we'll try to put something similar on top to remind us of what's in the box.
Why don't you just take pictures of the shoes and put them on the outside of the box?
I don't want to go that far.
I see.
I really don't. Oh, and look, red suede shoes. Oh, whoops, I think that's what the blue suede shoes went in with.
Oh
Okay,
no, whatever will you do? Do you have some brown suede shoes?
No, but we have black. So we'll put the black. So we can have all one suede category. And all the suede shoes can go on one shelf. Okay. And you'll notice I got a little sloppy here. Oh, I do have another pair of blue suede ones. Oh, and I do have a pair of brown suede. What do you know?
Yeah, Vandita, your shoe budget has been curtailed, okay? It's been cut off. It is in the red now. No more shoes.
Fine. Be
Okay.
that way.
Come on, you've got more shoes than, most of smaller shoe stores, And they're
That's
all
not
your
the
and they're
point.
well, and they're all your size. I bet you, as far as pairs that are your size goes, you've got more than your average shoe store.
Some don't quite fit me anymore.
I see. So why do you still keep them?
Because I love them.
I see.
Same reason I keep pets and miscellaneous critters around.
Hmm.
Because I love them. Okay, these are heels, and these are party shoes. So party shoes go in a separate category. So we're going to have to put these aside for now. Okay. Now this we already decided was the suede category. So we can put these aside. Okay, an empty box, good. Now in this one we can put another pair of heels. And since it's black, we can probably put these flats there. So you can close it like so. And again, probably to put on top of it, I don't know, maybe something like this.
But you don't have a box for those?
Well,
Is that
I don't have a
allowed?
box for every pair of shoes. Now see, here's an example of really old shoes that I have, and I just love them so much. I can't get rid of these. I mean, they're Joan and David, for crying out loud. What can you do? Okay. And these we already dealt with. Okay, now we're going to go back in and get out a few more boxes so I can explain some concepts about summer shoes.
Okay.
Okay, now let's explain a concept. And we talked about heels and flats remaining in fabric and color category, as well as sporting good activity. And, oh yeah, here's another pair of shoes. This is after I had my bunion surgery. These are good if I ever wanted to pretend to be a mental patient during a Halloween thing. And I scored these two hospital gowns from Stanford when I was there a few years ago.
Oh, hopefully more than the statute of limitations ago.
Yeah, I think so. And these are some ethnic shoes that I'm just kind of keeping till I can go back to the old country and get some better ones.
In case you're feeling particularly ethnic one day or something, or...
Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes ethnic shoes go better with ethnic clothing. And not
See,
that I wear...
no, wait a minute. I can't believe I just saw what I just saw. Take the cover off again. One is up and one is down. Is that allowed?
Well, it's a sizing issue.
I
So,
see.
yeah.
Okay.
These are very infrequently used shoes, i.e. as in never, and some are kept for sentimental reasons. So you want to keep shoes for sentimental reasons. That's perfectly okay. But don't let anybody tell you that it's not okay. Okay, summer strappy shoes go in here. Now you'll notice that summer strappy shoes are smaller than most normal shoes. So what we can do actually is conserve space and put summer other strappy shoes.
Hang on. Could you demonstrate that maneuver again, please? Okay.
And you can also put summer other strappy shoes. And these are just these like flat sandally things. And don't worry, I got them for like $5. It was a bagging.
A bagging.
It's a bagging.
Did you get them at Filene's basement?
Practically. I mean, they were giving it away, okay? So here, what we've managed to do is put 4 summer shoes in one box, okay? Mostly because I don't have very many summer shoes, but also this conserves space and boxes. Okay. And the reason you want to get these plastic boxes instead of keeping them in the shoe boxes that you bought them in is the shoe boxes that most people buy shoes in aren't very good quality. So they're going to wear down with time, and cardboard especially can attract bugs into the house. Plastic, on the other hand, won't do that, and it's much easier to clean and maintain and preserve in a dust-free environment. You want these shoes to you know, you want to be able to wear them for a long, long time. And the last thing you want to do is damage your shoes somehow so that you can't wear them anymore. Okay. These are clogs. Oh, goodness, there's a little thing on them, so I just have to remove that. Sorry. I know. So, probably I should have put the shoes that had no backs together. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, let's do that. Because we don't want to be inconsistent in how we organize our shoes. So, we'll sacrifice a little bit of space advantage and put all shoes with no backs here. And then we can put these, which also have no back, on top as a reminder.
You don't want to put those like inverted and together like you did with the other, that maneuver you demonstrated earlier?
No, because these are on top and these are chunky wedge shoes.
Chunky wedge shoes. Okay, that's a technical term, I'm sure.
It is indeed. And in fact, we can probably put these summer shoes that are sling back in here. And then we can put the Birks right on top. Well, I see I've got quite a bit of work ahead of me here. And I'm sure I don't want to bore everybody like I already have for the past half hour with shoe
Well, let's put it this way, Vandita. Anyone still tuned in will probably put up with another 30 seconds or so.
So we'll put this away. Again, if you have questions, feel free to email me. If you have a topic for a show or something you'd like to see, just let me know. Anyway, I'm the Anal Retentive Housewife, saying it's not just a show, it's a way of life.